What's up, everybody? What's up? And welcome back to On the Warpath. It's your boy Sanchez 405. If you're new, make sure you click that subscribe button. You hit the bell so you get notifications anytime there's new content posted. As always, like, comment, share this video out because y'all know what we do here. We talk about the Washington Commanders. And y'all, I guess we got to welcome them. Welcome Tayshawn Samuel to the district. Welcome to DMV. Yes, Deebo Samuel traded on Saturday for a fifth round pick from the 49ers. Of course, that deal won't go into effect until 4 p.m. next Wednesday on the 12th when the new league year begins. But they got the framework in there, and Deebo is on his way to Washington. It's been a minute since we did this, since Super Bowl and everything. Got a lot going on, so it's good to be back here with you. Going to try to make this more of a weekly thing. I'm not a fan of it. I'm it's not that I'm not a fan of it. Um, it's it's meh to me. It doesn't blow me away. It doesn't change, pause. It doesn't change anything. I think in the grand scheme of things, we get a guy who's a gadget player. It's good. Good. Another weapon for JD5. But I also have the wherewithal to remember, too, is that this offense wasn't the biggest problem on this team. It was defense. It was the defense. And we'll look at Deebo Samuel. We'll look at it and kind of, he had a down season last year, too. He's 29, so he's in the last year of his 30s. And I need Deebo Samuel to recapture that 2021 season, or at least half of it, right? Um, so overall, I think that it is a meh trade. But let's dive into it. I gotta get the spectacles out on this one, and we've got the stats in the Magic Notebook here, which had to steal from work. Don't tell anybody I did that. So yeah, got the fifth round pick, right? I mean, Frost. Yeah, I mean, if you're driving an '87 Cougar and you upgrade, and then you get an '89 Cougar here in 2025, that's still an upgrade as well, too. I hear you, brother. Um, yeah, it's still an update. It doesn't mean it's the greatest upgrade, but it's still in theoretically, it is an upgrade. So you're not wrong. It is great, and I'm not saying that it's not an upgrade to what we have here in Washington. He's coming off his second worst season performance, right? 806 yards. That was 670 in the air, 136 on the ground, and that was his. And this could be for the quarterback they has with Brock Purdy. So let's just take a deep dive into this real quick. But let's say hi to some folks here as we get in. What's up, Ed? Ed liking it on the X. Patrick says good trade for a fifth round. Patrick, when you say something's good, I'm a little worried about it. Frost says Corey hating on the trade. As Deebo will be better with run routes than Eckler. Okay, he's not a number one, so it's an upgrade. Let's see here. What's up, Steve? Hey, Corey, how you doing? I heard you were signed with the command. So yeah, I wish. Shoot, I can't, bro. No, sir. Stay off them drugs, Steve. We still have good money to pick in the draft. Defense. Yep. Let's see here. What's good, Randy? How you doing? Love the trade. He'll have new motivation in a contract year. HTTR for life. Yeah. And Troy Evans says he likes it. Just remember, those stats are without CMC and Christian, and then Brandon Ayuk. Couldn't say his name right. I hope it is now. Like I hope it is, and I think we did get some good value out of the trade. Right? I look at it. just from the jump. Let's go through the pros and cons of this while I go through some of this. But the Cowboys, right? They traded for Jonathan Mingo, a 4th-round pick. They got fleeced. We got Deebo Samuel, right? An aging Deebo Samuel. Got him. But yeah, so you got him. And Adam Peters is familiar with him, right? So you have that. He's versatile. He is a gadget player. You can play him at running back. You can play him wide receiver. Does get a little bit of separation. Not really, but you can play him at different spots, right? So he is a matchup. He can be a matchup problem for the opposing defense. I remember he lit up Philadelphia, not this past year, but the year before last, when they played up there. That was the Big Dom game where we finally knew who Big Dom was. He upgrades the poor wide receiver room, right? That's good. That's good that he upgrades a poor wide receiver room. Guys, we don't even know what the wide receiver room is going to look like. De'Ami Brown, Noah Brown, Olamide Zaccheaus, Jameson Crowder. Those cats are all on 1-year deals. So he upgrades that. So you got Terry, and we got Deebo. That's good, Paul. Give him a shake. Give him a shake. Shake. Good to. Let's take a look at some of the negatives, right? Broski, I'm mad on it. I'm in the middle. It's not that I don't like it. It's not that I hate it. I'm just in the middle. And I think that's okay, right? That's okay to be somewhere in the middle of this. Not to say this is a home run hitter, but I have questions. I don't care. That's how societies fall, is when you don't have questions and when you don't have concerns about certain things, right? I know what he's done. He had a hell of a 2021 season. He's had some injuries, right? As a lot of these receivers have had going into this year. Like people talk about, like we were hungry for Cooper Kupp, right? A lot of people some people want us to go get Cooper Kupp. I don't know. We'll see. He stays hurt too. But at this point, no, who doesn't? It's the NFL. I'm not trying to talk anybody off the cliff on this. If you like this Deebo Samuel trade, more power to you. I mean, I've seen on Twitter, people like, well, fans who just aren't on this, blah, 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 and they should be ashamed. They need to get on board. I learned something a few years ago, and that was with Carson Wentz, right? I said, I said, you got to give people the benefit of the doubt, right? He's in a new situation. He could be better. Boy, was I wrong, right? Boy, was I wrong. So now I come in here, I ask questions. I have to ask questions. Does this make the offense better? Yes. Does this make the team better? I don't know. Did it change the Super Bowl odds for this team? No, it hasn't. According to Team 980 in one of their tweets, we were at plus 1,800 and plus 1,800 again after this trade, which we still don't know. The trade might not go through. Maybe Deebo comes in looking like me. I don't know. He did come into camp last week, last year, at the beginning of last year, out of shape. That's what they said. Some people now, it's going to be, it's some reports say, oh, he looks great. Oh, he's out of shape. You don't know who to believe. But if there is that report, clearly somebody is lying. Why is somebody lying? Because there's probably something more there to it. Now I ain't getting no Christian Kirk. Slayton, maybe we can talk about Slayton, but I ain't not dealing with no Christian Kirk. He stole money from the Jaguars. I'm not into getting money stealers. In the durability, like I said, durability, that's a negative too. You have to get him involved in the offense. If he doesn't feel like he's involved in the offense, and this is arbitrary, right? But if you don't get Deebo involved in the offense, he can't just sit there and be a key call and just be a guy there, right? He's got to be in there. That caused some frictions with Kyle Shanahan and everything like that. Because Kyle Shanahan, ego. We know people love Kyle Shanahan. He's the greatest head coach, greatest offensive mind in the NFL. And why? Why? And that brings me to another point too. Why was San Francisco so happy to get a 5th round pick? They're still going to have to pay 30. What is this? $31.6 million in dead cap money with them. And kudos to Adam Peters too. I will give it on this trade. You didn't package this deal for Jonathan Allen. There was reports, ESPN apparently, there was a report saying that Jonathan Allen was originally a part of the package to get Deebo to Washington. No. Because that gives me Clinton Portis vibes, right? Like when we traded Clinton Portis for Champ Bailey, which that is the most ignorant ass trade in NFL history. You traded a cornerback for a running back, and not just any type of cornerback, a cornerstone cornerback, a franchise face of the franchise cornerback for a running back. Damn, I don't care if it was Barry Sanders. And we still had to trade a 2nd round pick for him to get Clinton Portis. I love Clay. I love CP. But still, that is the most ignorant ass trade. But this is when we had mental patients running the asylum. But yeah, let's see here. But and then my biggest thing, does this improve the defense? No, it does not. No, it does not improve defense. For you people saying, let's go get Darius Slay, shut up. Stop this. Every time we get punch drunk, every time somebody releases some damn body. But I digress. In that respect. Let's take a look at some of these comments. Kirsten Kirk. Now, what's up, Alex? Congratulations on the Deebo trade. Thanks, Alex. Like I said, I'm like Bart Luther Simpson. Just meh. I don't hate it. I don't love it. Some people love it. I'm okay with it. Let's see here. It's just a small piece to a bigger puzzle. I hope so. Let's see here. I think this trade upgrades. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Respect. I'm late. Yep. I'm still worried that and I'm with you, Alex. Like I more on getting this defense situated, right? And getting a guy who can set the edge for us, right? Because we in a division that has a running back at quarterback 2 times a year and Jalen Hurts, which that's no disrespect to him. The dude is built like a running back and he can get the job done, right? And he's got weapons. But you got the one thing I noticed was in that championship game was outside of Saquon Barkley running around like an old man at a nudist camp was the fact that where the hell was Dante Fowler at? He's supposed to be your damn leading tackler. Where the hell was he? I don't know. Was he on a milk carton? Did he not play? Trying to figure it out. I'm still looking for Dante Fowler. Still looking for him. Biggest day, and I know nobody showed up, but I don't even remember seeing him on the field. That's how bad it was. That's the shit you need to upgrade. I know we got to upgrade. We hired assassins last year. We brought in a whole bunch. We got 28 free agents. We probably going to be active again this year. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes in that respect. More on Deebo Samuel. Like he does. This is something interesting. I don't know if not a lot of you know this. He and Charlie Taylor are an exclusive company. Some of you young folks might not know who Charlie Taylor is. Redskin great. Was also the mentor to Art Monk because he was a wide receiver coach here. Number 42. And he and Deebo were the first. They're the only players in NFL history in their first 5 years to catch over 4,000 yards and rush for over 1,000 yards. Deebo did that in 2023. So there you go. There's the team history. There's a connection. He's also the first wide receiver to have 20 rushing touchdowns and 20 receiving touchdowns. And then he has the most rushing touchdowns by a wide receiver with 20 into his career. Let's see. Let's go through some other these other. Now, Will, he may join me a little bit later, and we'll talk about it. But I got a couple of other things I want to talk about. But it was primarily, let's see. Tall guy 804 says we need to find the kicker. But yeah, I agree. We got to find the kicker. I'm not too worried about finding a kicker. I think you could bring back those two guys, let them compete, get somebody else in there too. You can bring back Cyber, you can bring back Gonzalez, let those two guys compete. And if you don't like what you see, you can maybe draft a kicker in the 7th round or something like that. But it's all about competition. It's all about competition. You just don't anoint somebody kicker one in April or March. You just don't do that. You compete. He says, can't wait to see what AP has. I hope so. I can't wait to see it either. I hope that, and this is another thing that had me questioning. We know with the Marshawn Lattimore trade, right now, and it's early. So I'm not like putting my thumb on it, trying to break somebody's back on it. But that's another thing that made me go, like, oh, well, we traded some capital for Marshawn Lattimore. And we've traded 3 picks for those two guys. Marshawn Lattimore, who was burnt toast and coffee time in the playoffs. Right? The only time that he really didn't give up anything is when they didn't throw to him, which by the laws of physics and everything else, that's probably pretty accurate, right? So I have questions there. Now, I'm a little bit more comfortable with Deebo being here because I know the fact that AP was there, saw him day to day. And, also, this is his contract year, man. He's got $17 million. He's going to get paid out this year. We can elect to re-sign him or let him go the way of the dodo. But he's got to come in here motivate. He's got to come in here in shape. I don't hate it. Like I said, I don't hate it. It's just me. I'm right here. Like, at first, I was like, I think this stinks. But right now, I'm like, okay, we're cool. We're cool. We can do this. We can do this. Let's see what happens. Because that's what happens when you buy a benefit of the doubt, right? I'm trusting that the adults in the room will make the right decision. And hopefully that this culture is strong enough to change that brother. And probably this is a little bit of how I feel like we always get screwed, right? On trades. And I saw somewhere where somebody was saying, I want to feel like I robbed someone. Every trade, you're not going to be able to rob somebody. Sometimes you're going to get good compensation. And it's going to be even. So we'll see. We'll see with Deebo. I remain to hold judgment on this one. The Punch Drunk Special. I like it. Also, I had a question. And we can talk a little bit more about Deebo later on. But I have a question to ask y'all. And this has been burning for a while. Longer than Jim Rome's been burning. Maybe a little less. And more of a personal question, too. Why do we love our exes? Right? Why do you hang on to your exes in your personal life? Why do you continue to think about your exes, your ex-girlfriend, your ex-boyfriend, whatever, however you do it? Why do you keep on thinking about them? I'm going to get here to my point in a minute. because of all, we look at it, we see with our exes, we're like, oh yeah, we had a good time. Oh yeah, we went to SeaWorld. I saw Shamu. She reminded me of Shamu, or Shamu reminded me of her. Not because she looked like Shamu, it's because, we went to SeaWorld. Right? And I'm not saying this from personal experience. I'm just using that as an example. I'm not petty. I just prove points. That's all I'm doing. But y'all just sit there. Why do you always want to go back to your ex? I've got 3 examples of this. 3 examples of this. Because, by God, Brandon Sheriff, Kendall Fuller, Chase Young are all probably going to be free agents this year. We continue to we continue to put these guys out here. Like, let's bring them home. Kendall Fuller has been here. You want to bring him back for a 3rd go around? Remember, this administration cut him. He got cut by Miami. I'm good. Chase Young. Chase Young is the other one, right? Hawk comes on here and talks about it all the time with Chase Young. And then when he had 2 sacks against us, oh, Lord. Oh, God, we can go back. We can go and get Chase Young. No. Stop that. That's obnoxious. It's a business for a reason. We don't go back. We move on. If you want to bring these guys back, go in free agency in Madden and bring them back. And you can play with them on the Washington Commanders. Brandon Sheriff is the other guy. He'd probably be the one that I would want to bring back more than anybody if I had to bring somebody back. But I also will say this with Sheriff. Do y'all remember when he would always be hurt and then we'd lose games when he got hurt, and when he was in there, we'd win games? Leave those cats in the past, y'all. It gets old, man. It gets really old. Now we have to sit here when free agency rolls around and we're like, oh, Kendall Fuller's out there again. Yeah, Yemi, you said we should have got Mabel Simmons. How's he doing? What are we doing here, folks? What are we doing? The part of changing the culture is moving from the old. You just don't bring these guys back. Most of these guys, outside of Chase Young, were part of the previous administration with Jay Gruden. And then with Ron Rivera. Sheriff, same way. Gruden, Rivera, then went to Dougie P. At some point, we gotta look and say, yeah, that was good. He was our first All-Pro. That's good. You Frost, you better be careful. Yep, you better be careful. There are people who want him back. This guy don't. It's the same thing with the Heineke hopers, man. It's the Heineke hopers. There's people they'll say, well, we should bring Taylor back. No. Because you know what you do? Like when you bring somebody like Taylor back, you instantly make it not about the team and you make it a distraction. It's not about winning anymore. It's about us having comfort. And part of this is getting out of your comfort zone. Now I'm good. A couple years ago, yes, I'm good now. I'm good. We moved on. He's a 49er. Brandon was mad when Moses got cut. Yeah. Moses, and I think that was a bad cut. I thought that was a bad cut. A lot of fans grow attached to certain. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I get that. You can follow their careers, and they don't mean they need to be here anymore. And a lot of these guys, to some point, like Santiago said, Brandon don't want to come back here. Maybe he doesn't. You ever think these guys might not want to come back? You think Kendall Fuller wants to come back for a third time in Washington? But then, they want to latch on to the caboose, the winning caboose. Let's see. Them fighting words. Them there is fighting words. Yeah. It's true, though. It's true. Let's just be quite honest, Jimmy. You were wrong, and everybody else was wrong, too. Let's see. Here we go. The Chase Young simp himself. What's up, Hawk? I was mad when Paul Richardson was no longer on the team. Paul Richardson, Lord, you talk about a bust. You talk about a bust. That Paul Richardson was terrible, Kenny. Terrible. And Paulie was, and this kind of goes back to the free agent saying, here you go. I'm going to give you a comp to Deebo Samuel. Buckle up now. Buckle up when I say this. He is a thicker version of Antoine Randall L. Do with that as you wish. There you go. Antoine Randall L. There you go. I'll accept the hate mail. I will accept the hate mail. Bruce Allen would get free agents off that. Yeah, he would. He would. Hawk, if you can spell my name right, yeah, you can ask me anything, bro. Shoot, Hawk, what you got to say, bro? I can give Hawk a hard time. Should I put that on Twitter? I'd piss some people off. I will piss some people off. I should say Antoine Randall L. Antoine Randall L. That's it. I get Antoine Randall L vibes. But he was a free agent signing, and we were, yeah. But yeah, Hawk, just put your question in there, bro. I got you. I'll answer it. I said, nah, bring back Trent. Let's see. Nobody want Chase. Okay, there we go. Won't come back. What's up, Art? My guy, Art. Yeah, he kept it up with me. Chase. Chase burned his bridges. Yeah. What's up, Trucking with A? Checking in. Appreciate you, brother. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button coming on in. Appreciate you. We're getting back to it. Been away for a little bit. It's basketball season in Virginia. So high school basketball. So I've been kind of tied up with that, but got getting ready to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Don, what's up? Sure. Why not? Sure. Absolutely. Why not? Why not? That's, yeah. Go save your money, bro. Save your money. Yeah, if it worked, yeah. I said I'd always buy a Mark Sanchez jersey if he had came to Washington, but he was only here for a blip. But I would have got it because it's my last name, and I could have worn it. I said, "You're a Mark Sanchez." No, not a Mark Sanchez fan. My last name is Sanchez. So there you go. That's why I have not a Mark Sanchez fan. And I sold his nickname. I am the Sanchez man. Take that. Not Paul Richardson. You remember we had them 10s? Like everybody, like it was a curse of 10. RG3, Paul Richardson, and then Curtis Samuel got hurt. We signed him in free agency back in 2021. He wore 10, and he literally played his best Paul Richardson impression the whole entire season. Because he was hurt. Remember, they hit Ron got mad at JP Finley because he said something about the surgery that he had. It was like, whoa, wait a minute. What about surgery? Oh, yeah, he had surgery. Like, why are you talking about the surgery? And I'm like, well, bro, he had surgery. He had surgery. He was hurt. You got a hurt man. You got damaged goods. Tiny House, keep my money in your pocket yet. No retreads. Okay, let's get Mac, too old. Stanley and a guard in free agency and sign our cord free agents. And I'm straight. I hear you, Emmy. Dump Truck Don reporting the obvious. Football season is all year round. I ain't know that, Don. Great to see you checking in. Yeah, I'll be back here weekly. It's about to be free agency season. Who would you like to get? Football players, Don. Football players, brother. I like that guard from Kansas City that we got. Remember back in 2020, I think is it Smith? Is his name? He's the right guard. We had drafted, if I'm not mistaken, right? We drafted Cam Cheeseman before they drafted him in the 6th round. That tells you how incredibly effed up everything was. I still kept my RG3. Don't worry, no more. Yeah. See, I'm not a jersey guy though. I don't get jerseys because of because of that reason. I don't get I got 2 Mitchell and Ness, Doug Williams jerseys. I got a Darryl Green jersey that I may be able to fit in now. But yeah, I don't have any. I got Sean Taylor one somewhere. I think they're all back here, or my mom has them. But yeah, I don't buy jerseys because of that reason. Because you don't know when these guys are gonna go. And also, my cousin, he always says this to you, man, I ain't gonna wear nobody's last name on mine. I ain't wearing no last name, some other man on the back of my. I said, you know what? That's a good point. I like that. I like that mentality. I like that. Let's see here. Also, see, Hawk, damn it, Hawk. You know, Hawk, I've told you I'm going to do it, Hawk. I'm going to do it. Just because you keep on doing this, I'm taking the moderator away from you. I have to, because that is so reckless. Like, what you are saying is so reckless. You have to stop with this. And I know you're serious. And I'm standing on business. I got to take the moderator from you. I have to. I got to. I'm doing it right now. I got to. Yeah, let's hold for a minute, and we're gonna take the moderator away from Hawk momentarily, because God knows that that we need to. We got to. It's loading up here. So let's see. See, there you go. Can I remove this? I have to do this on the back end. Pause. Can I? Maybe no. Damn it, Hawk! You're lucky. Oh no, remove stand around. There you go. There you go. See? Look, call me out. Comment on there, Hawk. See what happens. See? Yep, there you go. Go take your vibranium pill then. I told you. I said, stop playing with me. I told you, you're being reckless. You were being reckless. And you thought I wasn't going to do it. I stand on business. Okay? Don't bring that foolishness. What have we learned, Hawk? We don't bring this foolishness back in here. Yeah, there you go. There's levels of moderators since last time I did this. You're back, Hawk. You're back. Okay. You know. I'm being no, you're being insane. That's not optimistic. That is not optimistic. That's being insane. That's a Stockholm syndrome. That's Stockholm syndrome. You fall in love with your captors. Let's see here. Art's laughing. Eagles about to land. They might. They might. I can't. I can't do it, y'all. I can't. I can't. I can't. Lord. Oh, Jesus. They got rid of Slade. Yep. Oh, he was right. I don't know, man. He's old. They thought they were going to get rid of him. Yeah, Rocky was rough. Yeah, Rocky was rough. And we had to draft him in that second round because we had traded our pick that Jason Campbell picked the previous year. I think we traded the Broncos, right? Which I don't think they got anybody good out of that. But, you know, Hawk and Tap, I'm being off. This boy, like, Hawk saying that Chase Young to counter the move at the Eagles got Myles Garrett, hypothetically, right? Allegedly. Possibly, not allegedly, because there's nothing alleged about it yet. That's like putting toilet paper on a gunshot wound. That's what that is. That's exactly what that is. You putting toilet paper on a bullet wound. Yeah, you cover it up, but you still gonna bleed out. Yeah, you ain't going to jail, but you gonna die. But Hawk's being optimistic. Hawk is being optimistic. Look here. Let's see. So, hey, Fred Davis wasn't bad until he got hurt though, and smoking that weed. He's smoking that weed and got like that year, and maybe was that his. He's probably on last year of his contract then, right? Because that beginning of that 2012 season, he was playing some decent ball. So, I don't know, because he was a primary target for RG3. What did he get hurt in that Minnesota game? I think. But that was a bad draft. That 2008 draft. We got Devin Thomas, Fred Davis, and Malcolm Kelly. Lord of mercy. Lord of mercy. Let's see here. Gotta check on something. And what else has gone on since I've been off of here? I know I had some other stuff that wanted to clarify. That draft they should have gotten. Well, shoulda, coulda, woulda. You know, we should have got Nick Bolton a couple years ago, but we didn't. I mean, it is what it is. It sucks. You know what else sucks? The Washington Wizards suck too. I think Malcolm Kelly was faking injuries bad as he. No, God, he's painful to watch. I had some hope for Devin Thomas, especially when they moved him to kickoff return. Hell, he won a Super Bowl. Y'all remember that he won a Super Bowl with the Giants in 2011. He was the kickoff returner for him. He won a Super Bowl. They're ungodly. That's what. Let's look at this. Let's do this. Y'all got me. Y'all got me interested. 2008 NFL Redskins draft, right? Let's go look at this. Redskins draft. This is okay. Because remember, we drafted that punter from Georgia Tech, Durant Brooks, and he was so bad. They cut him like midway through the season. I don't even think he made it through the first quarter of the season. Yep. We drafted a punter in the 6th round. We drafted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. We drafted 10 players in that draft. Look at it. I'll bring up the Wikipedia. Didn't Marcus Washington? No, Marcus Washington didn't. Antonio Pierce did. Because Marcus Washington only played with the Colts before us, and then he played with us. Let's look at this 2008 draft. Brought to you by Wikipedia. Let's look at this. This is Devin Thomas, the first one. So we traded because remember they had us connected with that Texas receiver Limas Swede, who eventually went to who did he go to? Pittsburgh. He went to Pittsburgh and he was terrible there. So like Devin Thomas. Yep, there he is. That's a hell of a Wikipedia page right there. Yep, won a Super Bowl with him. Fred Davis. How did Fred do? He had 13 receiving touchdowns. I met him one day. He's a pretty nice guy. He's right there. Fred Davis is a nice dude. Let's see. Yeah, 2011, he was coming off a career year. That first season was terrible, but he at that point in time for a tight end, these were okay numbers. They weren't great. They weren't bad. Malcolm Kelly. God, here we go. He's an assistant coach at TCU now. For a career, he had 28 receptions and 365 receiving yards. I'm not even going to dignify that with even looking at his stat. No, we want to do Chad Reiner. I think did he win a Super Bowl? No, he didn't. He's with the Chargers, and I remember when he was on the Bills. Justin Tryon. Tryon won a Super Bowl with the Giants too that year. Because he got cut from the Colts in September, got picked up by the Giants in October. Lord. We got 2 Super Bowl champions already. Durant Brooks. We cut him on October 15th and picked up Ryan Plackmeyer back in 20. He got cut after the week 6 of that season. Jesus. Kareem Moore. And he's another one that wasn't very good. He's a good tackler. Colt Brennan, rest in peace. Rob Jackson had that. He was probably him, and Fred Davis was probably the most productive out of this draft class. Because Rob Jackson, Arakpo got hurt in 2012, and he put together a pretty good season. He had that interception against Tony Romo in that on that Sunday night to win the division. And he had a pick 6 against Andy Dalton. Yep. It picked 6 against Andy Dalton. How many interceptions did he have? Forced fumble. They're gonna say defense interceptions. They ain't gonna tell you how many interceptions the cat had. He had 4.5 sacks that year too. And started 14 out of the 16 games. He had the Fool had 4 interceptions that year. I remember 2 of those. It got me interested now. (2012) Cincinnati, that's where he had to pick 6. A loss against the Giants. Oh, I didn't know that. And he had one against the Browns. That's the one. I remember the first and the second ones. The first and the last one. Didn't remember those. I'll go back and look at those and see that. That's pretty cool. Good job, Rob Jackson. You ain't lying, Ronnie. You ain't lying, brother. If y'all like this, we can go and look back at some of the. If y'all got another draft you want me to look up, we're going to look up and see what happened to these players. Chris Horton was good. Remember Chris Horton? We thought he was going to come out like gangbuster because he got Rookie of the Week against the Saints because he had 2 interceptions of Drew Brees. Right? He had all 3 of his interceptions in that first season. He was defensive rookie of the week in week 2. That was a hell of a game too. We win that game like 29-24. Jason Campbell hit Santana Moss. Splitting the defense. Did I get it right? Yeah, I got it right. Yeah, I got to look at that score. Yeah, he had 2 interceptions. And then he had one in the win against Dallas. These were some close games we won too. God, 11. I remember that 14-11. We barely beat Detroit. That was when Detroit was winless that year. That's terrible, man. What's up, Seven Hills Loft? Let's go. That's right. HETC, HETR. I said, Lord, we had some bad. Yes, yes, sir. Brian Arakpo. I know we started off on rocky highways, but Jaden Daniels has lit up our future, and Peters and Quinn have truly helped us thus far. Yeah, they got you back in the fan base, didn't they? Could have got DJ. Yeah, they could have got Jordy Nelson in that draft for being so-called experts. Most GMs in draft, but yeah, it's also coaching too, man. You know, it's coaching. Well, let's see here. You see what that made me mad. We were supposed to be next up like the Cowboys in the 90s. Yeah, but we spent too much money on these aging guys, though, Hawk. There was no cohesion. Let's see. Let's see here. Well, let's look at some of the guys that were in this draft. Here's Paulie. Yo, I'm live. Okay, all right. Later, bro. All right. Shout out to Paulie. Let's see here. Let's see some of these guys in it. So we would have drafted like in the middle or so? No, we were drafted late. Where would we have drafted? I don't remember. Y'all remember what? Yeah, from Washington. So they went and drafted offensive tackle Sam Baker, who had a hell of a career for him. Had a pretty good season. I mean, he had 8 years with him. But he's pretty good. Sam Baker wasn't that bad. But these are the players. Chris Johnson, Mike Jenkins, Dwayne Brown. Brandon Flowers, Jordy Nelson, like we talked about. Matt Forte. Well, we drafted under them. So Brandon Flowers. Yeah, Brandon Flowers. We could have drafted Brandon Flowers, Jordy Nelson, Matt Forte, in that little block between Thomas and old Freddie Davis. And then Deshaun Jackson, Calais Campbell. I like Calais Campbell because I thought we were going to go defense. And I was like, we need to get that guy. Hell, the damn dude's still playing. Ray Rice. He packed a punch. No pun intended. Martellus Bennett, tight end. He had a good career. Jamal Charles was on here. Crap. Alive, man. I'm done looking at this. This just makes me mad looking at it. Hell to the W, Paulie. You want Paulie's thoughts on the trade? I got a little bit of time. We'll send him the link. We'll send him the link here in a minute. Whew. Let's see. We'll get Paulie up here. The cognac correspondent. Yep. Let's see here. Redskins season. Let's see where. Let me pull this down while I find it real quick. Yeah, Andre Johnson. Whew. Doc Walker said something, talked about him in they found out like he got right a little bit towards the end of his career, but never was good. Yeah. Yeah. Did he get Stephen Davis in that draft? The fullback. At that time, he was a fullback. Remember, they played him at fullback. Kelvin Kinney played at Virginia State. He's from Louisa. I've been to his hometown too before, Montgomery, West Virginia. Played for us a couple years. Had a hell of a football career. Was all over the place. Excuse me. That's what I mean. Leamont Evans. Yeah, he was. Oh, Stephen Davis. Stephen Lamont. Lamont. Yeah. We might do this during the summer. Go back and look at some of these drafts. I think that's going to be on the docket from now on. Is we'll go back and look at some of these drafts and stuff. Cause it's fun. I mean, it sucks to look back at it, but I think Hawk said something about the 2000 draft. Let's look at that real quick. Where we got two blue chip players, the freelancer and the stalwart at left tackle. Here we go. Cause remember those were the picks from the Saints draft when they traded everything for chain smoking Ricky Williams. But like we got look at this draft right here. LeVar Arrington, they picked him at 2. I love LeVar. I mean, he had some shit with him, but I like LeVar. Chris Samuel. They were like, who the hell is Lloyd Harrison? Bust. He's out of the league in 3 years. He came back to Washington. Great day. Terrible. Mookie Moore. I remember Mookie Moore. Played at Troy. Was in Washington for a year. Got cut. Went to the Broncos. Was with the Falcons for a little bit. Terrible, Kenny. Terrible. Todd Husak. Out of league in 3 to 4 years. Terrible. That's what I said now, Saints. Let's see here. What in the world? Sent it. Paul is a full check. Email. See, Delbert Cowset, who went to Maryland. He's all over the place. Now he's Howard's defensive line coach. Ethan Howell. Let me tell you how good they were. You can't even, they don't have a Wikipedia page. Quincy Sanders. I thought he was related to, like, this shows you how crazy that was. I thought he was related to Dion. I thought he was going to be good because of that, because of the last name. Nope. Terrible. Terrible. I mean, in this 2000, yeah. This 2000 team, look at this, right? 6-4. I remember we shouldn't have lost that game in Arizona. Shouldn't have lost this game either. And then by that time, everybody had checked out. And that's after this game, Norv got fired against the Giants. Could have lost this game too. I went back. This is on YouTube. This Carolina game, part of that game's on here. I remember this game too. That was a defensive struggle. Lost to the Cowboys on Monday night, but then ripped off 5 in a row there. I remember some of these games too. The Tampa Bay game, because Deion Sanders' punt return got us in position, and we had terrible kick. Y'all talk about a nightmare kicker scenario this year. 2000, we went through about 5 kickers. I remember it was Brett Conway. I remember Michael Husted was one of them. I remember we had another guy who we had before. Who else, Don? Help me out. Who were the other kickers that year? Here's kickers. Kicker. Eddie Murray, Scott Bentley. Yep. I remember Eddie Murray. Because Eddie Murray was sucking it up against, I think he was the kicker. Yeah. That's what really got Norv fired, because he said he couldn't make a certain field goal. He said, I'm good from like 42 or something, right? And Norv took him out to kick a 45-yard field goal, and he missed it. And he came up short. Yeah, I remember Eddie Murray. That's who it was. Yep. Because he played with in 95, and then his last year was in 2000. Remember Eddie Murray? I don't know. I have no idea why I remember that. Yeah. I have no idea. But y'all, this was fun. We're going to do this a little bit more. I thought Paulie was going to be able to come on here, but I guess not. It's 8 o'clock. We've ran an hour. I appreciate y'all. We're going to keep on doing this stuff. So make sure y'all like, subscribe this video. I appreciate it. Hopefully I'll see you next Monday or somewhere around the block. But I appreciate y'all coming in. As always, I'm Sanchez 405. Yeah, he did. Eddie Murray did get it. And Norv got his own. No, Norv got his own ass fired. But as always, Sanchez 405. We keep that same energy. We outlast the bastards together. Till next time, y'all. We out of here. Somebody play the damn theme music.